What's good, my niggas? It's your boy Kryptic, and today we are talking about Dragon Ball Raging Blast 3 project and what we'd like to see happen with the actual Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 3. If you don't know about Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 3 project, it is a Facebook page where you can actually like the page and support the page. It's on Facebook under DBRB3 Project Treevax. Go like the page, go interact with the page, because Treevax has actually spoken to Bandai Namco and he's actually able to express what we want, and he's kind of the voice of the fans right now. He's actually talked to Bandai Namco, I believe in 2012, and they denied him the Raging Blast 3 idea because he only had 2,000 people behind him. Currently, he has around 63,000, and we need to get that number as high as possible. If you have several accounts, go like it on several accounts. Tell your friends to go like the page, share it, give them links, email it to your friends, whatever. Just get it out there. We all need to get some attention drawn to this page, because if we don't, we're gonna find ourselves with some random ass lackluster game that Bandai Namco put together because we didn't tell them what we wanted. And we need to get this out there because Raging Blast 3 needs to happen. We all know ever since Raging Blast 2 that it needs to happen. And the reason they won't be making it without us giving this petition sort of thing is because Raging Blast 2 sold poorly, and they really don't think that people want Raging Blast 3. So if you want Raging Blast 3, go like the page, link in the description. And yeah, we really need to get this across. We need to really communicate this. So everyone pitch in, ask your friends, ask your mom, ask your grandma, ask your little brother, ask your cousin, ask your nieces and nephews, whoever you know. Ask random strangers on the street, ask your co-workers, ask your boss, ask everyone. Seriously, we need to get this out there. Get people on this page and get them some support, because we need this to happen. And yeah, once we get a certain amount, Treevax will be bringing the idea back to Bandai Namco with much more people behind him and much more people ready for Raging Blast 3. And we could actually, this is your chance to make it happen. You can be a part of Raging Blast 3 being put together, from everything that you want, ideas, all of that. So go over there, leave your ideas, message the page, comment on the page's posts, post on the page, whatever. Just feel free to express yourself with these guys, because this is our chance to actually get this out there. Now, I've got a list of questions here. I'm going to go through and answer them myself, and I definitely want to know what you guys think and how you guys feel about these same questions, so I will be asking them to you at the end of the video. What makes the perfect Dragon Ball Z game? To me, the perfect Dragon Ball Z game would be a combination of what we've already had. I want the graphics of Zenkai Battle Royale. I want the character roster of Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I want the fighting system of Raging Blast 2. I want the character customization and the storyline, how the story is very unique and oriented around your character creation. I want that from Xenoverse. And I would like something like the character diversity between each character, how every character is drastically different. I want them to take that from Burst Limit, and I want them to make that into a game. Now, I realize that that's very unlikely, and I realize it probably would never happen, but I'd really love to see it happen, so I'm putting it in this video, and I'm definitely bringing it to the Treevax page to let them know that that's what I want, and I want to see how many other people want that, because if that can actually happen, I'm going to ejaculate in my pants. Yes, I am. I'm going to orgasm on myself all over the place in this very spot. But very unlikely. I don't even know if everyone else would even want that. I don't know how you guys would feel about a game like that, but that's just what I personally think would be the perfect Dragon Ball Z game. How long should it take? I would want them to take as much time as necessary. I'm willing to wait 5, 6, 10 years for a game like that, because that would be, to me, that'd be the only Dragon Ball Z game worth playing. Once that came out, I'd just be, you know, playing that. I don't see a need to play anything else with a game that perfect. I don't even think we'd have the technology for it, honestly. And I really don't think that Bandai Namco would put that much money into a game like that, because it's kind of like, what if you didn't like the roster, or what if you didn't like the graphics or something like that? And if you didn't like one of the games, you were less likely to buy it. And I don't know if they'd be willing to take a gamble like that, but you know, that's personally how long I would like it to take. I'd want them to take plenty of time on it. I'm willing to wait, and I don't want no game pushed out next year and then it'll be like a half-ass version of what we asked for. And then what are we gonna do? Ask for it again, you know? What features do I want to see? I want to see them take all kinds of features. Now this one, I've already recorded this before and I forgot to mute my Raging Blast 2, because I have that on because I will be putting a gameplay in the video with this, and you couldn't even hear me in the old recording. It was about 30 minutes long and you couldn't even hear anything that I was saying because all you heard was punching sounds. Take this, Kamehameha, and you just couldn't hear me for shit. So this is my second recording, trying to make it a lot quicker because I have to get out of the house today. What features do I want to see? I want to see them take the online shit from WWE games where fans could create, or players I should say, could create content. They could create maps, they could create movesets, they could create characters, they could create logos, they could create all this other stuff for you to download and add to your game. And it made it where everyone could have like the Hulk in their WWE roster, or Goku, or Superman, or Naruto, or even WWE characters who were not in the game. And I want that in Xenoverse. And I also want something where, I definitely want this character creation that they did in Xenoverse, but I want that amped the fuck up, because I had a huge problem with the hair selections. I didn't like any of the hairstyles, and I kind of felt like I would never be satisfied with my character unless there were like mods or something. But I only play on the older consoles, the 360 and PS3, so I know that even if there were, I would not have access to them. I would like to see the Super Saiyan transformations actually change something in your character, because in Xenoverse you could have like fucking Android 17's hair and turn Super Saiyan and your hair is still like straight, long, and down and not spiky whatsoever, but it's just golden. Like, I really hated that. It really bothered me, and I do not want to see that again. I definitely want them to fix that. I would like to see the transformations work more so like Raging Blast 2, or have some sort of like experience with each transformation. Say you played 5 hours total as your character in Super Saiyan 3. Then it would work like Xenoverse until you reach that mark where in the form your ki slowly drains and you will lose ki and eventually be forced out of the form, or you could take a really high amount of damage and be knocked out of the form. But I would like to see it work more like Raging Blast 2 once you reach like that 5 hour mark and you master the form, and now you can transform straight to it at will and all of that stuff, and you can transform out of it and you can stay in it as long as you want once you get to that mark. But the consequence of that would be the boost would be less substantial, so that once you transform into your Super Saiyan 3, it would not be as much raw power as someone who just got Super Saiyan 3, because you'll have control over the power and it'll work more so in moves like Kamehameha and your special attacks than other things like that. Or maybe not. Maybe that last part isn't necessary, but I just like to add that in there anyway. I'd like to see something like the stage transitions from Injustice Gods Among Us, and I'd like it to be kind of like how in Raging Blast 2 there's like the invisible wall or whatever, but instead I'd want to see, once you get like, if someone's near the invisible wall and you charge punch them and knock them really far back, you could knock them into another stage. So if we're at the Cell Games Arena and I punch you out of the map, you'll be in the wasteland or something. Or if we're in the desert and you go up as high as you can and then I kick you upwards, we'll be in like space on like the planet map from Raging Blast 2, which is basically like the moon. I'd love to see something like that where we can actually fight in more than one location, and the map is basically just where we start at, and we can be moved anywhere here and there. Or like, say someone's standing on the ground or laying on the ground and you use a downward charge, you can knock them into the ground, into the cave map, and they'll be underground in the cave fighting you. And I just love to see something like that, to where there's stage transitions and you don't have to stay on the same map just because that's what was selected at the beginning. I'd really like that idea in Injustice, and I would like to see it somehow implemented into Dragon Ball. I think that'd be amazing. Let's see here. I'd like to see something like the travel in Infinite Worlds and in Ultimate Tenkaichi, where you could just move around, like in the story mode as your character. You could move around, and like between missions you could fly. You'll be like really high above the mountains and you can fly to the next mission. You'll fly like around halfway across the world and find a Dragon Ball, or you'll fly halfway across the world and you'll be like stopped by like Captain Ginyu who wants to fight you or something like that. And I just want to see that kind of like in Xenoverse, but like a bunch of different Toki cities instead of just one. So like, say there's like this main place that you can go to. You can like press a certain button and it'll ask, do you want to leave? You press yes and your character will start flying, and you would be in that mode of Ultimate Tenkaichi, and you can fly to another city. You can fly to East City, or you can fly to the Capsule Corp base or something like that, where you can interact with different characters. As in Toki City, there's random characters who just appear. Like sometimes Beerus is there, sometimes he's not. Where I'd like to see something more like you could fly to Beerus's planet, or you could fly to the Z Fighters HQ shit, wherever they were in Battle of the Gods, where they were all there. You could go somewhere like that and actually see the characters in that environment. If you go to Kame House, you'd see Krillin or Goku or someone there, or Yamcha or Roshi, and people who would just always be there. So if you want to talk to Broly, just fly to the fucking desert or the fucking forest or something, and when you land there, you'll be able to talk to Broly or fight Broly or so and so. And I'd like to see something like that. You go to the desert, you can see Piccolo and you can talk to Piccolo. I want to see something like that versus just one big city, or even not even really a big city. In the case of Toki, it's not very big. You could literally get around the entire thing within like 3 minutes tops. And I'd like to see something where there's multiple cities about that size or something like that. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of as far. Oh no, rewind, take it back. I'd also like to see the items from Raging Blast 2, where you could have your character be able to change auras. Say you have Super Saiyan 2 Goku and you want to give him the Majin Vegeta aura, so it'll seem like a Majin Goku. You can do that. Or if you want to change Goku's base aura to this red fire aura, when you use Kaioken, it'll literally look like you're a Super Saiyan God. I want something like that, where you can change your auras throughout all the other auras, except for like form-specific auras. Like if you were to use a Super Saiyan God aura on base Goku or something, that wouldn't work. But like, yeah, I'd like to see something like that, where you can actually change auras. And the items in Raging Blast 2, you could also use it to, like, if say you have 30 points total, the item for adding a health bar would be like 10 points, and you can add 3 health bars with that. Or if you run out of points, you can make yourself weaker in certain ways. You can make yourself have 1 health bar, but use it to increase, and it'll give you like 30 points extra. And you can use that to make your ultimate stronger, or something like that, to where you can actually choose how strong each stat is with items. Whereas in Xenoverse, where once you get your punching to a certain level, that's its max potential. But in Raging Blast 2, you could always make it better by taking away from something else. If you would rather sacrifice your punching for extra defense, your punches will do less damage, but will add defense. Things like that, I want to see that come back in Raging Blast 3. And in all future Dragon Ball games, really, I like to see something where you could have better character customization, more hairstyles. You can choose what your hair looks like in each form. From Super Saiyan 1, you can choose that hair. Super Saiyan 2, choose that hair. Super Saiyan 3, choose that hair. 4, 5, God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, whatever. I'd also like to see, once your character becomes a Super Saiyan 3 and you're ready to unlock your next form, you could choose between Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God, and then you progress more, like you can get Super Saiyan 4 and 5, or you can get God and God Super Saiyan, or God Blue. I think that would be really cool to see, and I'd love to see that happen in the game. I guess that's it for features. What do I want to see fixed? I want to see them fix the grappling, because I cannot stand that every time you make a character, their grapple is based almost completely on their race. You can't, like, my favorite grab in Xenoverse was Super 17's, where he grabs your face and just tosses you to the side like a ragdoll, or like Whis', where he teleports behind you and just flicks the shit out of you and you go flying. But if you pick the Saiyan, every other Saiyan that you ever meet will have the exact same grapple as you. Or if you pick a Namekian, every Namekian has the same grapple. Or Arcosian, every Arcosian has the same grapple. And I didn't like that in Xenoverse, and I really don't want that happening here. And to me, this is kind of going to be like our Raging Blast 2 has a baby with Xenoverse game. This is what I want it to be. And, you know, that's just how I like to see it. I like a more realistic graphics setting versus like the anime graphics setting that like Xenoverse went for. I'd want something like J-Star's graphics, or Zenkai Battle Royale's graphics, something that's more realistic and just awesome. I want something that looks kind of like Final Fantasy, or Final Fantasy 15. Is that the game that's coming out with Noctis? I don't remember what number it is, but that's what I would want to see. Something like that, like maybe an Unreal Engine 4, kind of like the Dragon Ball Unreal project that is being worked on by one guy by himself. It's amazing. I'll make a video about that probably tomorrow, day after. And yeah, so yeah, I'd like to see that happen. And what else should they fix? I want to see them fix the character selection thing, where you have a time limit even if you're not playing online. I don't want to have a time limit when I'm playing with my fucking little brother or something, and we're just sitting next to each other and we give random characters because of time limit or something like that. I want to make sure that there's no time limit and anything stupid like that. And I would like to see larger tournaments. When you do the world tournament, you get like 3 fights. Even if you set it to have 16 fighters, you get like 3 fights because everyone gets eliminated. I'd like to see larger tournaments, maybe even a tournament where you face every character in the game is in the tournament. I want something bigger and better than that, than the tournaments in Raging Blast 2. I just felt like they were too small, and like I was the only fucking one who fought in it pretty much, because everyone else is like, there's so many people but you only fight 3 of them, and I didn't like that. And what consoles do I want to see it released for? I'd like to see it, as much as I hate to not be able to play it right now because I'm only on last gen 360 and PS3. I'd like to see it exclusive for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. I do not want my people, the last gen people, to hold the game back at all. I do not want to see it be, rendered down, or kind of like have them not add things to it just for the fact that last gen can't handle it. I'm not okay with them making the game less to make it fit more platforms. I'd like to see it at its max potential with the very best technology out there right now. I do not want to see the game have to suffer because I can't afford an Xbox One. So that's it for this video. Pause, rewind, skirt. Forgot to ask y'all motherfuckers the questions, so here we go. Number 1, what makes the perfect DBZ game? Number 2, how long should it take? Number 3, what features do you want to see? Number 4, what do you want to see fixed? And number 5, what consoles do you want to see it released for? Leave that in the comment section below. I like to have a discussion. Maybe you want to see something other than Raging Blast 3. Maybe you want to see Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Maybe you want to see Ultimate Tenkaichi 2. Maybe you want to see Battle of Z2. Or maybe you want to see Xenoverse 2 or Budokai 5 or 4. Shit. And I'd like to have a discussion with you guys. I'll be down in the comment section. I'll probably reply to every single one of you, as there's not very many of you, so I won't find myself overwhelmed. I'm nearly positive of that. So yeah, let's have a discussion. Let's talk. Let's, get to know each other. I'm all up for socializing with my, I don't want to call you guys my fans, with my subscribers. You guys are subscribed, I'd hope. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that, and not be an asshole and just watch the video and ignore it like I do on everyone else's videos. Like it and subscribe, because if you were making videos, you'd want people to do that for you, and I have started doing that now. I actually used to never like videos or subscribe. I just watch the videos and then like X off the page afterwards and shit like that. And I just like have a whole new respect for it now that I have a page. So I'd like to see you guys do that as well. I don't know, I just can't stand it anymore. And I used to do the same thing. But that's it for this video. Kryptic, your boy. I'm out. Peace.